In this video, I'm going to walk you through a simple workflow combining Claude and Visual Electric to conceptualize a hotel resort in Costa Rica. Let's get into it. Alright, so this project actually got started with a design prompt from Sharpen.design. I've used them before for inspiration, portfolio projects, just having fun. I really like this one, and a few years ago I took a trip to Costa Rica with my family, and ever since then I want to do something associated with Costa Rica, and I can't wait to go back there. So just quick value prop, what we're going for. A little luxurious, nothing too crazy. I started with the logo, just a combination of two interesting typefaces paired with the icon, little brand story. Again, all this copy is generated by Claude. A little back and forth, but not too much. Mission statement, all about the environmental stewardship, creating that authentic local connection for the location. Thinking right outside Capos, near that national park right there. Beautiful ocean views. Perfect spot for this. Moving along to the image prompts. These are generated by Claude. Suggested areas of the resort, some of which I proposed from my past experience there, and just staying in a resort or a nice hotel in general. You like what you like, so some of these I suggested should be in the batch. I think about 16-17 total. Alright, so now we're inside Visual Electric. If you hadn't got a chance to try this tool out, I highly recommend it. I love the freeform canvas and all the styles you can pick from. It's pretty cool. So you can see I initially was going for like a stock real estate photography look. This is the first round of photos, and then I started exploring more of the resort, what I wanted included, some nightlife, introducing people, exploring different subject matter around the resort, trying to find that style I was going for. Inside Visual Electric, they have like film stocks you can choose from, which I'm sure photographers out there will call, that's a cheap shortcut to achieve a certain look. But in order to get away from the obviously AI photography, I think these styles that bring in this noise and grain and flavor and character to the photos, it helps with what we're going for here. So you can see I'm getting down to the final round, just trying to get these better and better. I'm gonna present the final batch here, where you can see 1x1, 4x3s, and then videos up there, which we'll get into in a sec. So these were the final images selected. You got the exterior, layout and read your little book, guest suite interior, restaurant, lobby reception area where you check in, wellness spa area for massages for you and a loved one, private beach access, jungle walkways to connect a communal area to your private area, etc. Yoga pavilion for your hungover yoga, the sunset bar where you probably were the night before, aerial view, got the DJI Mavic out there taking shots from above, farm to table garden 1 and 2. I personally really like this photo, one of my favorites of the batch. Nighttime ambience around the resort, sweet bathroom, got the doors opening up to outside, very nice. Activity center, one of the few communal areas for those and the other guests at the resort. Presidential villa, we would call this the most expensive one. This is the one that Jake Lacey's character in that season of White Lotus that he's arguing about. This would be that one. And a tennis court, gotta get the reps in, right on the water. Man, does that look good. So next I got to thinking of some branded items that you'd find on the property, and I thought of this door hanger that most hotels have. Wanted to have a little fun with the messaging, do not disturb, good night, at the beach, come on by. Yeah, these are fun. I played around with the idea of making the icon the hanger, but felt like it wasn't the right move. A little heavy on the branding. I like this silhouette, soft edges. I really love this combo, typeface combo. I really think they work well together. Good pairing. But yeah, these are fun. All right, so we have the door hangers. This is just a mock-up little desktop hero video. And moving along to product merchandise. So I'm gonna walk through my steps to how I achieved this one specifically. This is their house olive oil, if you will. I stumbled upon this template file on Adobe stock of this olive oil bottle, and I felt that I can remix it a little bit to make it my own. So what I did was I copied this straight into Visual Electric. So you can see the initial results were very similar to the image here. Kind of same look, just different variants. Introduced that green for that branding, and this is the image that I exported. All right, now we're in Photoshop. This image is straight from Visual Electric, and we're gonna make it our own. So first I used the generative fill to remove all this. Then some alignment, just simple rectangle, hidden, but just wanted to call it out. Simple branding, little added touch of green, and then gotta class it up a little bit with the black and white. But yeah, I mean, look how easy that is, right? Take out the copy and all that text on the initial bottle, remove it, boom, boom. I mean, come on. And for this one, I wanted to liven it up a bit, so it's back to Visual Electric. Very simple prompts: camera panning, floating olive oil, different stuff, taking the cap off, all this. Ended up coming down to this one that I exported. Simple prompt: pan the camera around the bottle while olive oil floats and moves around the bottle. Very simple, but it's just a little touch of motion, little character. I think goes a long way. Getting back to the deck here, we have some Costa Serena branded merch. This is something you can grab on your way out the door to the pool. Put your towel in, put your book in, your little camera, sunscreen, coffee mug. Gotta get the coffee in every day. A little light for my taste in this video, but I'm sure I'll get the job done. And yeah, here they are, side by side, all AI generated. Pretty cool, super light lift, all 5 seconds long. Getting down to the last few slides here. Private beach access. These videos, again, generated in Visual Electric using models like Runway, Kling. Farm to table garden. Yoga pavilion, right on the water. Tennis court. Sweet bathroom. Little nightlife at the Sunset Bar. Good guy, heavy pour, good guy. And yeah, a little fun graphic combining all the videos together on mobile. And that's it. I appreciate everyone for watching. I hope this serves as some sort of inspiration for you. If you have something in the works that you're trying to conceptualize, whether it be a hotel resort or a food truck or a law firm or any other business that you're trying to get off the ground, it's easier than ever now to put together assets to bring to a board or a committee or a city planner, architect, the list goes on. But my point is, just putting work together has never been easier with all the tools. Accessibility is insane. And I think it's no secret that AI has, eliminated this learning curve, or, sure, there's some back and forth. Prompt engineering is the next thing, but I think you know, when it comes to creating assets as a designer, it's all out there for us. You know, there's no longer this gatekeeping, and yeah, I think that this project was fun for me, just to, you know, wrap my head around what would be a cool resort to visit and to stay at for a week in Costa Rica, you know. So let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this one. I have some other videos in the works, some photography stuff, and just some more, like, you know, life video log stuff. So yeah, hope everyone has a good one. See you next time.